LVZ, NBA Talk. Like, share, subscribe. Peep game. Tessie Clemens can eat a fat one, because I told all of y'all what was going to happen. I explained to y'all who would win and why they would win for another year again. I told you Golden State was going to beat Cleveland the first time. Told you Cleveland was going to beat Golden State the second time. Told you Golden State was going to win 2 in a row. Told you this year that the league would catch up to Golden State. I told you everything. Everything. I told y'all all what the fuck was going to happen. Instead of listening to Veezy, y'all talked that. I told you Kyrie Irving was not motherfucking gonna win nothing in Boston. Told you if LeBron don't get help, I didn't see the Lakers really being a good team with the players they had. Told you I ain't think we was gonna get Anthony Davis this year for the players they was talking about. So again, another accurate prediction. And again, my haters are left sucking soup through a straw. Now let's talk about the game. Shorty cute in that Cadillac. Anyway, we for those, Kyle Lowry came out lights out last night. All right. For as much, I was sick too. That's why I don't Ticket TV last night. I was sick as a dog. Me and Jabari came down with some type of motherfucking virus, and we been throwing up and couldn't breathe. And I've been trying to nurse myself back together, getting good orange juice, and ginger up in me and shit, trying to get myself well, green tea, all that shit. I've been trying to do all that to get myself back on track. So that's why you see me today, but I owe you no less. Besides, the end is the last game of the year. We gotta talk about that. So, God damn it. So, the motherfucking Raptors came out and played. Kyle Lowry yesterday came in and put the team on his backs on the first, what was it, first 11 or 14 points en route to a 26, 10, 7, and 3 steal game. He played phenomenal, while again Kawhi was patient, paced himself, trusted his teammates, and they got the job done. Now, what's being neglected in all this, Kyrie has stopped 2 quote-unquote, Kawhi has stopped 2 quote-unquote dynasties. The Heat dynasty, which he was the MVP when they beat the Spurs, and now the Golden State dynasty, which, due to injury, seems to have ran out of gas last night. I just figured through the depletion of the Warriors that eventually it was going to catch up with them. And you saw just that, especially with Clay getting injured last night. And you saw that you just saw that with Clay getting injured, and then some of the lineups they ended up putting on the floor. Now, this myth that they don't need Kevin Durant has been dispelled. But for those fools who think that, oh, if they kept the same team, Harrison Barnes was going to get dogged by motherfucking Kawhi Leonard. We know this. Secondly, that bench of Golden State that you're talking about, none of them are in the league. I took the liberty of looking everything up. The 2015 championship, Maurice Spates and guys like that, all out the league. The only guys still in the league are Bogut, Livingston, and Iguodala, who had a great game last night. So that bench was not the answer. You think Swaggy P out the league. Kent Bazemore went to Atlanta. Brandon Rush out the league. Patrick McCaw played for the fucking Patrick McCaw played for the Raptors. James Michael McAdoo out of the league. Maurice Spates out of the league. Swaggy P out of the league. They've had a good bench they've had a pretty good bench, but they've had a better starting five. Festus Ezeli out of the league. Kevon Looney, who else? Kevon Looney has a championship and enough experience on that team, as did Jordan Bell and some of the others. The fact of the matter was, Toronto to a man was deeper from 1 to 12. And when you had to sit your bench down, when you go sit your players down, when you go to, you're at a distinct disadvantage. And to me picking Toronto in 6 for real, I was taking advantage of y'all. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew with no KD, no ring. I love Klay Thompson, but we had a freak injury already with him, and then look what happened. And Steph always comes up smaller than Bushwick Bill. Rest in peace. And then Fred VanVleet, Klay had a phenomenal third quarter before his injury, and it seemed like he was on his way to having one of those Klay games. So I'm really pissed at saying that. But now look, that's the total of 5 championships in a row, y'all. That's why LeBron popping his groin this year, or whatever happened to him this year. That sound about right. Imagine. They got hurt after 500 plus games because the wear and tear. LeBron played 900 plus games. In like 9 years, LeBron James probably played close to 1,000 games. Really? That's a lot of games. So I just feel like, well, one, I want to say congratulations to Toronto. Great team effort, and this was a case of the better team overall defeating the better individuals, because but the difference again, like people say, well, they beat Portland, but to a man, Steph and Klay are better than Damian and CJ. You got one guy's a 2-time MVP and always starting all-star. You got one guy who is the MVP of this team, but I don't call he's not an MVP candidate. And I don't call Dame Lillard a borderline all-star, but there's been a lot of years where Dame hasn't made all-team, all-NBA or the all-star game. Then C.J. McCollum, he's a 20-point scorer, but he's not an all-star and an all-NBA defensive member and an all-NBA offensive player and a catalyst every year for being the best 2-guard in the league. So I just think that with Portland, that win was easy because still you didn't want, still to a man, Golden State had the best players. Now, when they played Toronto, just like I thought if they played Milwaukee, it'd have been a different story. If they don't have KD, they don't have the best player on the floor. Then their number 2 best player, which is Steph, is not better than Kawhi Leonard. And although Klay Thompson is better than maybe a Pascal Siakam or Kyle Lowry, like I said, if Kyle Lowry can give you 20s and 26, and then PJ give you 20, that basically checks out Draymond and Klay, what they do. And then you're left with guys like Fred VanVleet outscore DeMarcus Cousins coming off injury, and you saw what happened. You left with, can Serge Ibaka come off the bench and put an impact on the game? You saw what happened. And once again, like I said, we have to congratulate Toronto for two-man being a better team. 1 LVZ, man.